There are some wonderful questions here. The very first one is in your frame of reference, and somebody asking, hey, what about that metal clamp holding your phone during live streams? Is it something bought or made? It looks beautifully machined, and there's nothing out there similar that I can find. I will tell you. And we're about to do a build, but this is my main squeeze for camera platform. These are magnets, and this is a little mount called the Three-Footed Monster, made by an Australian. We'll include a link in the description. And I got one of these a while back, and I really liked it, and attached some lock line to it. Three-Footed Monster people were very happy about this, so they sent us some more of their beautiful wares. Lovely little clamps and some bigger ones, and I'm gonna do a build. I even bought some special blue lock line for it because I really dig this. But you asked about the clamp itself, and the clamp is made by Stallman, S-T-A-L-M-A-N. I think they sent us a few of these, and Joey laid this on me, and I really like this. The plastic clamps like this one, they just require a little too much interface, whereas this one, I'm able to get a really nice clamp and I'm not hitting any buttons. And there are so many buttons on an iPhone these days, it's kind of hard to figure out a place you can safely clamp them from. But yeah, this right here is my primary filming platform. And I've got another one that sits on the ground. This works, oh yeah, so you know, this gives me all the, and I know you guys hate the sound, I get it, I really do, but I'm so happy about it. I'm so happy about the versatility of this thing. Yeah, it really gives me all the things that I need. Note, I've been using Lockline long enough that I have learned that it wears out over time. You keep on manipulating it and get a little softer. And whoa, there's a difference between the newest stuff and this stuff that's been gathering dust and debris around my shop for the last, I think 3 or 4 or more years. Anyway, that is the story of my phone clamp. Let's see here. Oz.DeLorean says they're revisiting my Still Entitled episode about designing the ultimate toolbox, and it got them thinking about a workshop's unsung heroes. Their go-to is blue tack. It can hold things for painting. You can mask with it, temporarily position things to see if they'll fit, put plans or checklists on walls, and so on. I have balls of it everywhere. That's a good one. What are some items you find so essential they're practically invisible in their ubiquity? One of the items, obviously X-Acto blade and CA glue are like 2 of the ways I just think. They're like nouns in the sentence structure of making for me. But the humble single-edged razor blade. And it's funny, I grew up with these. My dad always had a box of these in the shop. And in fact, actually, hold on a second. I will show you something. Is it here? Is it here? It is not here. No, it's not here. I wrote an article a million years ago for Wired magazine about one of the very first things I ever made, which was I snuck out of my room during nap time, and I snuck out to my dad's studio. I probably was 6 or 7, and I took my teddy bear Jingle and I laid him on a piece of paper and I traced him. And then I gave him the things I wanted, which was a blue vest, a gold belt buckle, and a Superman shirt. And then I cut him out, and I cut him out using a single-edged razor blade, which I was not allowed to do. You can still see how difficult I found it to get this flat thing to cut a curve, but I succeeded. These are very much the way I think. They are awesome for scraping, obviously. Well, for cutting, obviously, but for scraping. Ted Woodford at the Twidford YouTube channel has taught me how well these can level a wooden surface if you Scotch tape the corners and keep it from scratching. Give it just a little bit of distance. I have had these in my workbench for the entire time I have been a maker, and I've regularly run into shops that don't have any of these. Jamie's shop doesn't have any of these. This is not part of his mental frame for working on stuff. And then the other thing is everywhere that I am is a pair of scissors. I'm a late life having scissors everywhere I am. In fact, in my house, there are scissors for different rooms. And yeah, I don't like them leaving the rooms that they're meant for. So scissors, and it's a blade. It's a blade. It's a single-edged blade, or it's a pocket knife, or it's an X-Acto blade, or it's a pair of scissors. I would love to hear about some of your guys' ubiquitous undersung heroes. You know, masking tape is also, blue or green masking tape is also one of the ones that I'm never very far from. Let's see. There's also, you know, hot glue. Hot glue gets a lot of play in my cave. And such that I leave it under my workbench because it gets that much play. Oh yeah, the ElderCryptid. The ElderCryptid. Over Christmas and New Year's break, I took some time to reorganize the small office that is my sole creative space. Having made more space for purely creative work, I've found that I have been much more compelled to make things and learn new skills. Do you have a similar boost in work when you reorganized the cave? And if so, what was the most surprising thing you worked out about your new space as you laid it out? So yes, clearing a workbench at the end of the day is one of the greatest things you can do for future you. Because coming into a workshop that is clean in the morning, just like you hear the birds singing, man, it's a really nice reality. And I don't often or always do it. There's frequently things in half construction on my workbench and I don't want to take them down. But ElderCryptid, you're absolutely right. Every time I organize a part of the shop, it makes it feel more exciting to me as a place to get work done. And for me, the oscillation of that kind of energy momentum, I've talked on the channel where I think of your desire to work is sort of this gas tank of momentum. And a messy shop can really hinder your desire to work because we are beings of inertia and thinking that like, oh, if I'm going to attach this thing to that thing, I still got to clear this whole thing before I even get to that. And so you're like, okay, never mind. You push everything and you work right here. Oh, I'm totally guilty of doing that. But sometimes I will go away, and before I go away, I leave the workbenches clear. And I will do that on this trip because we actually cleared this for this live stream and I'm leaving in a few hours. And when I come back next week, it will be really, really nice to walk into the shop with clean workbenches. And yet will make my hands itch to work. The most surprising thing is actually part of an earlier question. The most surprising thing whenever I redo my workbench is there's always going to be like a first project, right? I come in and I'm like, all right, let me get this thing here and oh, that thing's broken. Let me fix that. And then I'll fix that. Okay, I'll get the screw gun and I'll get a pencil and I'll get a tape measure and I'll get a blade and I'll get a piece of tape and I'll get some glue. And then all of a sudden, like 4 minutes later, there's 19 tools on the workbench. That's the most surprising thing. It doesn't matter how many times I do it. I am always shocked by how many tools I can gather for one small build execution. And then got to walk them all back to their 19 separate locations, man. That's the commitment. That's the commitment to future you. Okay. Thank you for watching. I wanted to talk to you about Tested membership. The Tested members are a key community that we find really, really remarkable. That's very separate from Tested and from YouTube. The Tested members, they buy each other memberships during our live streams. So if you're wondering whether to become a member, watch one of our live streams and someone may just give you one. It is hard to overestimate how much the Tested members actually make possible on this channel. They give us a lot of wiggle room. They give us a huge amount of feedback.
That's a member right now.
Thank you so much for enjoying your membership. Description for everything you need to know. And for all the members out there, thank you, thank you, thank you.